I believe that we have the framework for the two leaders to have a very productive meeting for both sides, and I think it will be fantastic for U.S. citizens, for U.S. farmers, and for our country in general.
Gordon, I don't know about you, but I know China is really good at making deals, making headlines, but when it comes to actually honoring those commitments, not so much. I mean, do you think this is going to be anything more than just paper?
Well, I think there will be a truce for a little while. But the thing that I'm really concerned about, Mark, and you're absolutely right about that, is that we have a history of giving real concessions to China in return for promises that the Chinese eventually dishonor. And we have a number of examples of that. One from January 2020, the Phase 1 trade deal, which China openly violated. And I think that probably had a material effect on the outcome of the 2020 presidential election. So we know what the Chinese playbook is. It is to tell us what we want to hear, to make Treasury secretaries happy, and then to dishonor their promises. So, yeah, you're absolutely 100% right about that, Mark.
And one of the underreported aspects of this trip is the president uniting the Indo-Pacific to really combat China's influence, not just militarily, but also economically. Do you think this trip is sending a not so subtle message to the CCP that the U.S. remains the real power here, despite China's goal of Asian dominance?
Yes, well, clearly the meetings with Japan sent that message. But also, Sunday was a great day for American diplomacy. That's when President Trump was in Malaysia. He signed up those deals with Vietnam, Malaysia, Cambodia, and Thailand. And also, he signed that enhanced ceasefire agreement between Thailand and Cambodia. This was a conflict in China's backyard, and China had almost no role in settling it. The person who had a role in settling it, matter of fact, the person who got it done with his tariff threats was President Trump. And I think that really shows the region that the United States is the dominant power, despite all of these Chinese propaganda that we've heard about how America is finished. Xi Jinping believes we're finished, but he's living in a world which does not correspond to reality. It's President Trump who is the one who is actually changing events throughout the world and not just in Southeast Asia.
We've got a lot to keep an eye on here in the next few days. All right, Gordon, thanks. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Well, coming up just a week until Election Day as voters in several states hit the polls for early voting, our experts preview what to expect where the races are getting very interesting in some blue areas. You're watching Wake Up America. We'll be right back.
I'm Michael Savage, and I was conservative before conservative was cool. Do you realize how crazy the liberals in this country have become? I do. You want to get me started today? I'll get started. Watch Michael Savage and the Savage Nation every Sunday night.
If you've ever felt that you paid too much for an auto repair, you're not alone. In fact, 66% of people feel that they've been ripped off by their mechanic. But here are some tips to help you save some money. Always do your homework before you buy. Ask a friend that knows about cars or check online about the problem. Avoid repair shop deception. Drivers should do their own research online or by phone to know exactly what a job should cost. Get quotes from more than one repair shop. Speak intelligently. The homework you've done will tell the service writer you recognize a sensible price right off the bat. Beware of a mechanic who shows you a transmission or oil pan with metal particles in it and recommends a major job. The shavings are usually a sign of normal wear. You always want to ask for original equipment auto parts or at least equivalent. Some repair shops use low-quality Chinese auto parts as a way to save money. Before you get any repair, contact the dealer of your manufacturer and ask if there's a TSB, or Technical Service Bulletin, or recall on these components. Look for an ASE, National Institute for Automotive Service Excellence certification, as well as a state license. Reputable shops are proud to display them. Good mechanics are hard to find, and communication is key. A good mechanic will explain the different phases and give you some options. They want to educate you. Don't be afraid to ask for a discount or see if they have any coupons. I'm Lauren Fix, the car coach for Newsmax TV.
From the moment Israel launched Operation Rising Lion, Newsmax was there.
We have some major breaking news. Israel launches strikes, preemptive strikes, almost 4 in the morning.
Israel has decided enough's enough.
What happened tonight was inevitable.
Something just caught my attention. It sounds like